Guess what I'm leaving behind for my granddaughters? And no, it's not money. It's not a fortune. Sorry. I need to drink a coffee. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 206 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. It's the first year we've done an annual challenge. And again, I'm not leaving my granddaughters a fortune, although I still might. I'm leaving them something that outlasts money. And if you're building a business, I contend that you should do it too. I started looking at and thinking about my legacy actually 16 years ago now. Seems like a really long time. But I had a sudden cardiac arrest and was one of those, the few, very minor percentage of people to survive that. And after I came out of the medically induced coma and the freezing, I'll tell you what, I couldn't eat ice for like a decade. I realized that what I was doing wasn't working. Well, okay, big wake up call, right? I was running through my life. I was, at that point, I wasn't working in corporate America anymore, but I was running an Italian food manufacturing business and doing other things on the side. My kids were young and not super young. I guess my son was 18 and my daughter was 15, 16. So, they weren't that young. I don't know what my excuse was. I think I'd just been running for so long and things in my life in different areas were falling apart that I wasn't paying attention to what was really important. And that all changed when my first granddaughter was born in 2015. I absolutely love being a grandma. And I was lucky enough, again, to be able to have her spend her first couple of years with me exclusively Monday through Friday while her parents worked. And I was still running my Italian food business. So guess what she learned? She learned and came with me to the Italian food business. Now, at that point, I had already simplified it a lot. So it wasn't the frenzy of activity, and it was actually fun to bring her and have her at work. Our USDA inspector loved her, which was amazing. So I grabbed these, and I picked these up even, it was after I'd had my first granddaughter. But I realized as I was planning today's topic, I haven't written a word in either one of these. I have not put anything in this little amazing journal style book that's actually blank. My excuse was I don't like the pre-formatted things, and so I never did this one. I like it. I like the idea of sending a letter to your granddaughter every month or something, but I never did it, partly because of the relationship with her mother, but also because of I didn't like that, oh, fill out this letter in this format, because I know millions of other people are doing the same thing. And you know me, I got to reinvent the wheel and be totally different. So, but this idea of what we do matters, and people are always watching, especially those people in our family and those closest to us. And we want to make sure that they're getting the values and the positive things from our business, not the negative ones. So not the, like, you're always too busy. I will never forget about a year ago now, my little granddaughters who were 2 and 4 at the time said, Grandma, you always working? And I thought, oh my God, that's not what I want. It's what I did with my kids. I was so busy running through my life that, and I was working in corporate America and had businesses on the side when my kids were really little and in these formative years. And I'm like, I don't want to repeat that mistake. I think they both definitely inherited my propensity for hard work and doing a lot of things and doing a lot. But I think nowadays the world is so different. I think it takes a bigger toll on you emotionally and spiritually than it did when I was running through my life, right? At least that's what I tell myself. So today we want to think about a couple of things. Number one, money gets spent, but values get passed on from this generation to the next. I'm really proud that we've broken generational patterns in several areas of our life, because we inherit all the crap that our previous generations actually experienced. And sometimes that drives us forward and motivates us. Other times it becomes an excuse and it holds us back. So we want to make sure that we're not just passing on in a financial legacy, because who knows if that'll really help them. Look at all the generations that build a fortune, give it to their kids, and then their kids squander and destroy the business that their parents or their grandparents spent decades building and systematizing and making awesome, only to see it destroyed by lack of participation, interest, and hard work by the next generation. That's not going to happen in my family. So what are you modeling? Ask yourself, I have to say, am I modeling what matters, or am I modeling things I don't want them to adopt? Am I modeling hustle, or am I modeling hard work and consistency and commitment and doing what I say I'm going to do? I hope I'm modeling those things. I'm also modeling a little bit of too much, right? Because I'm a lot. Sometimes I'm a lot. So I wonder where my granddaughters get it. Entrepreneurship is a generational transfer. It's why I encourage everybody, no matter who you are, to start some sort of a business. The other reason I encourage them to do that is it is the greatest personal development program you will undertake, not knowing that it's that. In addition to, and along with being a parent or a grandparent, those are huge personal development and in your face reminders of when we are and are not behaving in alignment with how we want to really show up in the I didn't realize what a worrywart mother I was until I had my grandchildren, and my sisters are like, oh my God, you're doing it again, because I guess I was a helicopter mom. Imagine that. So I have a bunch of stories I could tell about this. I think that the notebook one is a good one because it shows that I've wanted to leave a legacy for a long time. And in this way, this is actually the core reason I started doing videos. I started doing videos because I was prompted to by my coaches with respect to business and this format. But as far as doing, this is my 9th year doing a daily challenge, an annual daily challenge for personal development and growth. So obviously that's a core value of mine, right? And I want to create that and do that so that that is part of my legacy. That is part of what I am creating, hopefully to make the world a better place and help even one person with their future. Then it's worth doing. And does everyone in my family, my kids support me in this? My mom supports me in this. My sisters, not so much. But I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for anybody that needs to know that each and every one of us, no matter who we are, have the ability to make a positive difference in the world. And how we choose to do that is entirely up to us. We might choose just to impact our nuclear family, but by impacting our nuclear family and demonstrating for them what we want to see in the world, they will model and carry that forward. That's our legacy. I have so many stories like this that I don't have time to go into them because I will talk way over 15 minutes if I start sharing all the stories. But stories like the lecture chair. One of my daughter's friends was getting married, and she and I and my daughter were hanging out and working on some plans and things. And she said, I think I need to go in the lecture chair. And I hadn't heard that term for probably 20 years. But when my kids and their friends were little and they were thinking about doing questionable things, I would have them sit in the lecture chair and we'd talk about it, right? What's the line in the sand? Do you really want to do this? What are the ramifications? What happens if you do this? What happens if you don't do this? Things like that. And it was just a really fun and humbling reminder to realize that we do have an impact, a positive impact on people. We just don't always know about it. That one went full circle and I actually had the opportunity to know about it. So that was pretty cool. So what is our challenge today? Our challenge today, I challenge you today to audit your business and yourself and ask yourself, if you are modeling what you want to model, is your business making the world a better place? Is it contributing in a positive way to anything? Your community, your customers, I would hope. If it's not contributing to your customers, I'm surprised you have any customers. And ask yourself those questions and say, okay, well, if we keep going in this direction at this pace, what kind of a legacy are an example? This is all about setting an example. How often do I talk about that? A lot. Because people are watching, even if we don't know they're watching. You might make a video like I do and get 3 views on it. Or I remember I made a lot of videos I don't think got any views. It's part of why I stopped looking at those metrics, because those are vanity metrics. They're not an indicator of if we're really making a difference or not. What people tell us and what we hear and what we get for feedback is the real information and clues as to whether what we're doing with the intent we're doing it is getting the impact and the effect that we want or not. So I also want to make sure we cover the E, the execute in our super framework today. Super simple. You got to take action on the plan you came up with yesterday, right? So we're going to pick the first step, the one step we can do right now today, and we're going to take that step. We're going to take and execute on that plan. If you need help with this, if you're struggling, if you don't know what to do, I want you to reach out and ask. Saturday in my neck of the woods, so I have time that I can help you. You just have to ask. So 2 action items today. 1, take a look at your company, which means taking a look at yourself and ask yourself, am I contributing to my legacy or just throwing money at stuff? Or am I doing nothing? Because that's contributing to our legacy too. And what kind of an example am I setting for my grandchildren or future generations? You might not have any grandkids yet. Most people are younger than me. So that and execute. 1 action step you're going to take to fill the gap between where you are and where you want to be with respect to the area of contribution that you set a goal in for the end of this year. All right. Any questions? Hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.